is some of the sub-adults that are walking past, and they're coming slowly but surely towards the road. So mom is right at the back, and then the youngsters in the front. By what I can see, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what it looks like. And they're slowly but surely coming towards the road. If we just sit tight, they should come in front of us and just come out onto the road and get a clear view of them. The thing is with them is we just need to give them a bit of space. They're not animals that like to be kind of hassled by cars, and so if we just stand back a little bit, then hopefully we'll be able to see them. Unfortunately, it seems as though every time a vehicle moves, they then turn the opposite direction, but at least they are slowly but surely coming out into the open, and hopefully this is going to mean that they're going to settle. The interesting thing is that they're going further west, so they're heading deeper into Djuma, to the central parts of Djuma, and if these guys can just find quarantine, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a situation where we might even see them coming down towards that area. So it is super cool. I see one is now turning, although they're coming back into this general vicinity again, so I just want to try and stay where I am. Here we go. Two of them are going to come right out onto the road, Vim. They're just in front of us now, and so they should head right onto the road itself, and they're starting to settle now. They're getting a little bit more relaxed. The more everybody's quietening down and the more everybody stays still. No, man. So unfortunately people are moving around too much, which is going to hopefully not ruin this. I was hoping that they're going to come out right in front of us, but everybody keeps moving so much that I don't know if they're going to. But anyway, Francis from Israel, you say the cat whisperer strikes again. Well, I don't know. I think this is just a lucky one. We've just been super fortunate in that these guys managed to come south. And like I said, with the presence of the Torchwood Pride and the Nkuhuma Pride in Torchwood and Buffelshoek, it's probably what's pushed them. So they've heard those lions roaring, and that's why they've pushed more towards Djuma for the first time. But the good news is if they come into Djuma, they walk around, they see prey animals, they see terrain that they potentially like, it means that they could come in here more and more and more, and we might get a situation where we're going to see these 4 cheetah a lot more often, which is just the most wonderful news. It is the best possible thing that we could have. It is absolutely insane that we've got cheetah on Djuma. It is ridiculous, and not just one, but 4 of them. It is amazing. So super happy. I don't think we could have asked for anything better than this. I mean, it is absolutely insane to see this many cheetah walking around on Djuma. It is the best thing in the world. I love leopards, but to have these guys around is something super special. So there we go. There's one that's about to come out onto the road itself. So it's just on the edge of the road, and it's kind of looking, they're watching a few waterbuck that ran away just now, and I wonder if I can just maybe try, VM, just to get over this ridge, because if I'm over the ridge and they walk on the road, then I can just roll with them, and I can also get that vegetation out of your way. But there we go. That's what I was hoping for. So you can just get the bit of vegetation that VM had in his way. But look at that. How cool is this? Here we go. So there is 2, 3, and the 4th one should come soon. And they're just kind of watching and looking around at the moment. They're a bit unsure of all of this, and that's all the young ones. And I would imagine that they're about a year old. I'm not sure how old they are. Obviously, we don't know where they've come from or who they are, but they look to be about a year old. And so at the point now where they're going to be helping mom with hunting, and they should be an epic group of cheetah to follow. And sometimes I wish that we had the ability to follow the cheetah like the guys do in the Maro, because I reckon these 4 must be absolutely amazing to follow now that these ones are getting a little bit bigger. But they're all 4 of them are together. So I hope everybody's enjoying this as much as I am. Naturable, you're asking how will these cheetah deal with all the leopards that are on Djuma? This is just ridiculous. How are we seeing this? I don't know. It feels a bit of a pinch me moment, but it's going to be difficult for them. At the end of the day, you know, the likes of Tingana and Mvula, they're going to bully cheetah of this size for sure. Even Hosanna and Tamba. It would be interesting. I wonder if Tamba's ever seen a cheetah. It's an interesting concept. Or Hosanna, because both of them hang out in areas where I certainly have never seen a cheetah, and so I don't think they would have known even what a cheetah is, and what their reaction to it would be quite interesting. But at the end of the day, I would imagine that they're going to have a tough time. Also, there's hyenas here, there's lions, but if they're surviving in places like Buffelshoek and Manyeleti and Torchwood, where there's just as many of all of those kind of things, then, you know, they're doing just fine. So I think we're going to have a situation situation where hopefully they're going to see the value of being in djuma and they just avoid them. It's the same as in the Mara, where the cheetah just have to try and avoid all the other predators. It's the exact same thing. You can see mom is a little kind of watchful. They're settling down. They're far better than what they were just now, and then they are starting to kind of relax a little bit. We are keeping our distance at the moment. I mean, we're probably, I would say, 150 meters from them, and they are not looking too bad. Alaramoy, yes, it's a mom with cubs. It's not a coalition, so the mom is the one closest to us at the moment, and then the 3 cubs in the front, but they are not cubs anymore. They are grown quite a bit, and they're almost the same size as her. It's actually quite difficult to tell who's who, but it looks like mom right at the back, and then the 3 youngsters towards the front. But how cool is this? It's just the most epic thing ever to witness. Just goes to show you never know what's around any of the corners, as we often say. So I'm going to try and cut through and just onto the Buffelshoek cut line because they're heading in that direction. At the end of the day, I think they're going to cross back into Buffelshoek. It doesn't matter though, we got them and we got to see them, and that's just the most special part about this whole thing, is that we're actually seeing cheetah on djuma for the first time in I don't even know how long. I'd actually like to know when was the last time a cheetah was seen on djuma itself, and whether or not it was in the last year. I don't think so. Well, in the entire time I've been here, there hasn't been a cheetah on djuma, and so who knows when the last time they were actually here. Certainly I haven't seen a female cheetah and cubs in I don't even know how long since the last time I saw a female cheetah and cubs, and it looks like they might drink. There's a water hole here, so I wonder if they're going to actually have a little drink. It looks like they might, which will be just so epic. If we see cheetah drinking, hopefully the stick that is underneath my car decides to vanquish and go away, but a cheetah drinking would just be the most insane thing to see. So I just want to try and get into some sort of position that we can see it. Let's just go in front of Rexon a little bit. There we go. How beautiful is that, guys? That is as epic and as spectacular as we could ask for. But it looks like they are going to come down and drink. Bit muddy, it's a bit of a muddy negotiation to get down. How cool is this? They definitely are starting to relax a lot more now. I think it was just that initial kind of vehicles, and then also being in a different place. They're not in an area that they know at all. As far as we know, the first time they'd ever set foot in this particular section, and so they're just kind of watching around and checking around what's going on. And cheetah are a lot more circumspect than something like a leopard or a lion, but even if you find lions out of their territory or leopards out of their territory, they'll all be a lot more kind of worried and concerned about an area that they're in. But look at that, we're going to even get a bit of a reflection of a cheetah drinking. How cool is this? Roshni, you say she's done very well to raise 3 cheetah of this age. She has. She's done incredibly well. In considering we're in a predator-rich environment, so we're in a place where there is a lot of other predators around, it is really not easy at all to raise cheetah in these particular sections. And so she's done incredibly well, and she's managed to keep them out of the way of hyenas and lions and leopard and all the other nasties that we get out of in this section. And so she must be a very good mother, and hopefully like I said, it will mean that we're going to see a lot more of these guys over the next little bit. It would be nice if we did, that's for sure. It seems as though they're going to turn and go further south again, which is actually not the worst news. If they head in that direction, at the end of the day at least they're heading deeper into djuma itself. But how cool is this? I mean, we couldn't ask for a better sighting of cheetah. 3 or 4 cheetah out in the open, having a little drink like they were just now, is as good as one could ever wish for. So cool. That is just the best thing ever. Absolutely epic. So this is just the coolest thing. I just want to get back towards the road again. I think they're going to cross north, but that was just, I mean, we couldn't have asked for anything better than what we just got now. They were sitting out in the open like that, a quick little drink that is as good as anybody could ever wish for in a cheetah sighting, whether it's Mara, Sabi Sands, anywhere, but here in the Sabi Sands, that is just absolutely insane. So we are so fortunate to have seen what we've just seen right now. Is probably one of the highlights that I've had in my time here at Safari Live. I know I've seen some amazing stuff, but that right there is just absolutely insane. So I just didn't think we'd ever see a situation where we'd have 4 cheetah walking around on djuma and having a kind of drink off of a mud wallow and taking some time to actually spend in this area. So it's just one of those weird kind of situations, something that I really didn't expect at all. The problem is I've got a stick under my car, so I'm not even going incognito at the moment. I'm unfortunately making a lot of noise as we're walking along, but they seem to be getting a little bit better. They seem to be chilling out quite a bit and relaxing, and they're no longer kind of trotting away from us. They seem to kind of be figuring out that we're not really an issue, and they can walk along this fire break section. And I'm just going to stay here because I don't want to cut their path off, and they are going to cross north fairly shortly. It's unfortunately the way it goes. They're going to move out of our area again, but at least it's been a foray into our section. It's kind of, they've checked it out, they've seen it, James, you say you can't believe we finally get to meet the family. It's been on your wish list for a while. James, I think you and a lot of other people, well, including me, I've wanted to see these cheetah as well, and we've come tantalizingly close a few times. You know, we've ended up in a situation where we've kind of heard of them on our fringes. We had those tracks that came towards Buffelshoek Dam that one time before, and so, you know, we've had a situation where we've really come close a few times, but we've never just quite managed it. And to have them here now and to know that they're in our area is just absolutely insane. So we're super fortunate, we're super lucky, and it's one of those moments where it was just right time at the right place. If it wasn't for being here right now, we probably wouldn't have gotten to see them. We would have had a situation where they might have, you know, come in and gone out, and if nobody had kind of been this section while they were coming over the road, then we might not have seen them. So they are going to cross or just walk along the road, I think. Unfortunately, they're going to probably not cross just yet, but they see mom in front and then the youngsters walking behind. And this is a shot that I didn't think we would see on djuma, is 4 cheetah on the road itself. And I always love when cheetah cross the road. They kind of move their head to the side and watch you, and look at that. Very, very, very special to see that. We are so lucky right now. We are incredibly lucky. There's still one more to come over. There we go. So the last one is just on the mound itself and is about to probably come over. And Alaramo, you say they look so tall and elegant. They do. Unfortunately, yes, somebody drove a bit close to them, and as you can see, they're not quite as relaxed as some of the other individuals that we see out here, particularly things like the leopards and the lions. And so that's unfortunately it with our cheetah. They are going to cross north and out of our area. So good. So good. It's just such a privilege to see that. I don't know when they'll come back again, if they ever will come back again. Who knows? It might be one of those once-off things, but even if it is, that was just so epic and so special in so many ways. And I hope every single one of you enjoyed that just as much as myself and VM, because I did. I thought it was as good as one could ever ask for. And we just get one last view of them as they meander their way through. And it looks like they might actually settle on a termite mound. There's 1 or 2 that are going towards a big termite mound that's just off the road. And I wonder if they might just settle on top of the mound. No, I think they're going to carry on walking northwards. Well, that was epic. Is there one going to the mound? Yeah, looks like it. Let's just see. One looks like it's going up onto the mound itself. So if we just sit tight, it might go up or not. No, it's walking past, unfortunately. I thought it might go up onto this beautiful big mound. It would have been such a nice sighting. Sorry, VM, I know there's lots of bushes and trees and things around, but they are slowly drifting off, unfortunately. Right, well, there we go. That's our cheetah disappearing from view. They are slowly but surely moving off and deeper into Buffelshoek. And so while they kind of saunter off into the wilderness and into the bush areas, let's go back across to Brent Leo Smith all the way in the Mara, where, well, cheetahs are a lot easier to find than they are here, and see what he's up to. I think he's got something that they would like to actually hunt.